Welcome to PSTV News. I'm Kyron Young.
And I'm Kaim Ayers.
And today on the show, we will be talking about an array of topics. First, the Trump protest.
Millions of protesters walk down the streets of cities across the world.
We cannot stress the importance of these protests. The Women's March on Washington is now the largest march in U.S. history and is the largest since the anti-Vietnam marches. It had over 500,000 protesters. Now let's take time to talk about Trump's cabinet.
I find it hilarious that Beyonce has more black people inside of her than Trump has in his own cabinet. But in all seriousness, I feel that his choices for the positions are unique, but I believe that he did not think at all when he picked these positions.
For example, his Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, has no experience in the field of education whatsoever.
Her children did not go to public schools, so how should we trust her to oversee all forms of education? She's a little extra if you ask me. Don't forget to mention the guns in school debate because that's what this video touches on too.
I'm here, I'm the president of the Friends group for my daughter's public school in Northern Liberties, and I spend a lot of time fundraising for the school, and I wish I didn't have to do that.
I'm here because I'm a school principal in a Philadelphia public school, and I value my students and my teachers in a way that I do not believe that DeVos is good for public education.
I'm here today to support public schools in Philadelphia and to try to encourage Senator Toomey to vote no on Betsy DeVos's nomination to be Secretary of Education.
Well, since Pat Toomey won't answer his phone, I'm hoping that he'll listen to the voice of the people and realize that the people of Pennsylvania don't want him to vote to confirm Betsy DeVos.
I think she has her own agenda, definitely. It's not necessarily aligned with what I believe is best for public schools. So I think that, we need somebody who is going to fight for the most resources in public schools for public school students.
We need to save the system of public education. It's never been perfect, but at its heart, it's supposed to be a great equalizer. But it cannot be that way if we have inequitable funding, if we have people trying to indoctrinate children with their own agenda, their own religious agenda. And I just think that we can do better and wake up as a country.
I'm here, I'm an educator, I'm a teacher, and I'm here to teach young people how to interact with each other, how to respect each other. And I'm hoping that anything and anybody that the current president picks will contribute to education and diversity.
You can't say definitively today that guns shouldn't be in schools?
Well, I will refer back to Senator Enzi and the school that he was talking about in Wapiti, Wyoming. I think probably there, I would imagine that there's probably a gun in the school to protect from potential grizzlies.
How can there be guns in school? School is a place for education, for learning. I graduated from high school in Philadelphia at the age of 15. There were no guns in my high school. Hopefully there won't be guns in any high school. I believe in learning. I believe in mutual respect and caring. That's the world I come from.
I'm a tax-paying citizen here in Philadelphia. My senator should answer the phone and say, I hear you. There's so many of us who think that this is inappropriate. Almost everybody I know who's an educator knows that this is inappropriate. It's not good for kids.
Earlier last week, DeVos finally won the seat as Secretary of Education. Shortly afterwards, she was blocked by protesters from entering a school in Washington, D.C.
Go back! Shame! 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 Shame!
In lighter news, this month is Black History Month. Every day is a day in history, no matter how small it may seem.
Today we'll be discussing singer Nina Simone.
The person we'll be focused on this week is Nina Simone. Nina Simone was born on February 21st, 1933. She was a singer, songwriter, pianist, and a civil rights activist. Nina Simone is most known for her beautiful singing and songwriting. She will openly address racial inequality in her music. Besides her music, Nina Simone also actively participated in many civil rights meetings. Nina Simone died on April 21, 2003. She will always be remembered for her active role in contributing to equality and her powerful music. Now back to you guys.
In other interesting news, let's talk about Scrabble. Karen, how do you feel about Scrabble?
Well, I guess, it's Scrabble. I'm not really keen on the latest Scrabble canon, but for some people it's a game that brings them together and they have fun.
Okay.
I'm Darnisha Presley from PSTV. I'm standing outside of the school district of Philadelphia, where inside kids from all across the school district are competing in a Scrabble tournament right now. Let's go inside and check it out.
Well, we have about 1,000 students playing every week in their Scrabble clubs, and so this tournament is a way for them to have like a culminating event and something to work towards, where they get to compete with kids from other schools and win trophies and just kind of like represent their school in like a fun sport, a mind sport.
Yeah, it was really fun. I got to meet new people, and it was just interesting learning about different words. I liked how it was based on winter words. It was giving me and my partner something else to focus on while we were playing.
Besides the creative making words and knowing your suffixes and prefixes, you're also using math when you're adding up the scores, using multiplication, addition. So it's a great educational experience.
So it's really like a literacy tool, and you can do it for all ages. Like we have kindergartners who are learning how to play Scrabble Slam, and then they eventually start playing on the board. And then they get really excited about winning, and so they start looking up words and learning new vocabulary. So it's essentially like a reading tool where you don't even realize that you're learning until you've learned all these words.
I can learn new words, and it helps me with math. The hardest thing in Scrabble is to make a word with clocks. If you don't have a word and you're using clocks and your clock go to negative, like you will lose 10 points each minute.
It teaches me words, and I learn how to count by adding up the scores. The hardest thing about Scrabble is keeping score.
Our mission is to develop high-quality after-school activities and resources to support youth and empower communities in Philadelphia. Well, I think after-school time in general really helps with college readiness, because it's like what happens after school affects what you're doing after you graduate in terms of how you're using your time. And things like Scrabble, you get to be part of a team and you get to do something productive. And you also have like really positive adult mentoring relationships in your life when you have a club leader who's supporting you through this process.
ASCP has done a good job getting children and teenagers prepared for college and life after college, because we focus on mental games, chess, and Scrabble, and they also help get us to nationals and states.
PSTV would like to congratulate Masterman and all the individual winners of the Scrabble tournament. Remember, this is a yearly competition, so come out next year to support your school. From outside the school district of Philadelphia, I'm Darnisha Presley, PSTV, out.
Oh, time is over. It's over.
Huh? Oh, well, that was cute.
Well, that's it for today's show. Thank you for tuning in to PSTV News.
We'll see you next time. This is Kaim.
And this is Kyron.
Signing off.